Hi boys and girls. For those of you who are at home saying to yourself, wow, I don't know how I'm going to do this project because I don't have any of the paint that Mrs. Walker used or in class, I wanted to show you some alternative materials that you could easily use for this project, okay? One of them is watercolor paint. Mrs. Walker, you may not have this many watercolors, but you can. I did this with only one color, and then when I got to the last one, I added purple. So you can start with a dark color and just add a whole bunch of water to it. The more you water it down, the lighter the value. And then the less water you add, as you get closer to the front, you're going to do straight from the paint. Less water will create more of a darker value. Okay, so there's one thing you could do. Another thing you could do, let's say you don't have watercolors, you could use crayons. Mrs. Walker used a purple crayon for this, and I just pressed, its pressure makes it look a different value. So I did really light pressure back here, and then when I moved forward, I started pressing a little bit harder. And when I got to the very front, I was really pushing hard on my crayon, trying to make this the darkest value of all. Okay, so that's another thing that you could do. And then lastly, I did this marker. I used a Crayola washable marker. Now, I could just leave it just like this. I did solid marker here. I did dashed lines pretty close together here because I wanted it to be like a medium color. And then I did little dots of color in the background. If I wanted to take this a step further, I could take my watercolor, I could take my paintbrush with just water on it. And remember from the Rizzy City, you can actually wake up this marker, and you can get it to be a different value just by painting over it like this. So if you didn't like the white in there, you can take it and do this with it. You want to stay right on your marker though. When you get here to the background, you don't want to get off into your white sky or it'll turn it lavender. Okay, and then the same thing with this one. You just kind of follow your lines and it'll slowly turn them a lighter value of purple. So those are 3 different ways. Oh, another thing you could do if you have colored pencils, it's the same thing as crayon. You're going to just press harder. So if you probably want to start with a dark colored pencil. I didn't do this one, but you'd want to press really hard when you got out here. Start really light to press more pressure for the middle layer and really hard for the up close layer. So there are 4 different things that you can do if you do not have the temper paint that Mrs. Walker had in the art room. Okay.